All right, lovely people, welcome to your own channel, Pankhuri Miglani. Botany. Today, I'm here to guide you on something very important. The beaming question that everybody is asking. Can I still clear NEET 2025? If. There's always an if. Now, this video holds true for everybody who is minimally to moderately to highly prepared. Because these steps or pointers that you know in a scattered manner, and I'm going to make them very, very categoric for you today, they are mandatory, necessary steps for any NEET aspirant to get there. People who think are highly prepared, are doing a good job, well, congratulations. But make sure, remind yourselves, and let me know in the comment section of this video if you are missing out on any step or you're following all steps and it's going great. I would love to know, because the competition has not come down. We still have the same number of seats approximately, maybe more. That will be interesting to see the aspirants, and rest of the story you are quite aware of. So the answer is yes. The answer to this question, keeping in mind the level of paper, pattern of paper, the kind of guidance you have these days with so many teachers, the ease of preparation, etc., I would say yes. But if the answer is yes, it's at a cost. And the cost is to know the how, to know the strategy, to know the scheme. Now, we have to be aware that the weightage of all units or chapters in NEET, thankfully, is not equal. Certain units have more weightage, certain chapters have more weightage. Even if the syllabus has reduced, that has only increased the need for the quality of our preparation, isn't it? Because individual chapters now get more weightage. So I need to be more prepared, I need to spend more time, and I need to be the master of certain chapters much before in my preparation, which would require more number of revisions. So just to remind you, this is not news at all. You already know this weightage and everything that I'm saying, that genetics has always carried a lot of importance in our preparation. Yeah, it is the heaviest unit, followed by cell structure and function, which is actually related. And when I say genetics, biology and human welfare, okay, so some people put biotechnology along with genetics, some people put it in human welfare, biology and human welfare. But all in all, biotech, if you look at the number of questions in 2024, which I'm going to tell you next, and these are the heaviest parts of your paper. Human physiology looks like 17%, ecology and environment 8%. Now I want you to know one thing. Every year there's a chance of, there's a range. These are not absolute values. It can be 8 to 10%. Yeah, ecology can go up to 10%. And to reaffirm this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the number of questions that were asked from individual chapters in 2024. जरा इसको जरूर आप गौर से देखें कि living world had 0 questions. Okay, biological classification, sometimes I've heard people spending a month on biological classification because that is how it was done in your respective coaching centers or XYZ teachers or whatever. Now, it is good to be associated with the right guidance, and whatever you're doing must be right, doing the right things. But most of the people still don't get selected even after joining the right classes, even after spending a lot of hours, even after completion of syllabus, blah, blah, blah. Why? Because we fail to realize the attention has to be properly distributed. The distribution of your attention is your responsibility, isn't it? We are escaping from animal kingdom. We are putting a lot of time on plant kingdom. Now, this looks one, but I've seen years where the questions, 3 questions have been asked from solely plant kingdom. So none of the chapters has to be left. But what I want you to focus is that I cannot leave genetics or animal kingdom for January or February. Till October or November, chapters which have more weightage, morphology, already done on this channel. The playlist link will be there in the description box. Also in the comment section. Watch those lectures. Watch lectures which are finishing families under 45 minutes. Watch anybody's lecture. Now, That is also an important point. All of this you know. Yeah. Photosynthesis, 3 questions. Look at the number of questions from cell structure here. Shocking. See this. Such a heavy weightage. Biomolecules, who would have thought 5 questions? Isn't it? So sometimes this happens. 5 questions, 4 questions, 3 questions or 4 questions. That +1 and -1 always happens. Isn't it? Now human physiology looked like a big chunk in the weightage. But what do you see here? More than number of chapters in a unit, the individual weightage of the chapter gets reduced. So you distribute your attention accordingly, Baba. Okay, be mindful of that. That's why I'm talking to you about this. You always knew reproduction is a hefty unit. Genetics has always been this trend, needless to really mention. Biotechnology, just reminding you, 6 questions from one chapter here. Real business here. Okay, very good. Now this is ecology. When I say that you need to ace a particular chapter, let's say I said genetics should be done completely, all the 3 chapters, preferably biotechnology also by the month of October. October, you should be like, ma'am, you know what? Ask anything out of genetics and biotechnology. You will get so much of confidence after doing this major chunk. But completion of a chapter is not preparing the chapter for NEET. It's a competitive exam. So what is studying a chapter for NEET exam and not completion of syllabuses? First of all, you are associating yourself with the right guidance. Right guidance simply means everybody who's teaching is doing an amazing job. It's the same subject matter which I express in a certain way. Somebody expresses their understanding of the chapter in a different way. That is the beauty of teaching. That is why we are all excited to be teachers, most of us. A teacher could make sense to 100 people, but not make sense to you. Okay? So you associate yourself with a single teacher. That is also a problem. The window shopping. Uni-sourced knowledge is going to make a place in your head. You cannot study the same topic with different teachers because their way of teaching will be different. Okay, so when I say a teacher makes sense to you, it is when perhaps it could be number of factors. First is you just understand, it just जमता है मेरे को, समझ में आता है, चमकता है मेरे को. Okay, second is they're experienced, they've taught in offline, online, they have been teaching when there was no NEET. There were the exam, the game was more competitive perhaps. There were state PMTs, there were AIMS separately happening, there was AFMC Pune, and they know what a difficult paper is. They know what is the game of assertion reason. Yeah, they can take you to that level, and they are concurrent. They are absolutely carrying NCERT in their teaching, so that this is the sign of right guidance. When you read NCERT, and this you have to do it, yaar. It is ritual to read NCERT. After a 2 hours lecture, 4 hours lecture, 5 hours lecture, NCERT will make sense to you word by word. Every word is going to make a new, different kind of sense to you if you are with the right teacher. And then this step, I often see people asking for notes. Ma'am, notes de do. Ma'am, uske notes, topper ke notes, iske notes, uske notes. It's crap. If you don't have your own notes, you are actually missing understanding of the chapter, and these 2 steps are in the dustbin. Even if you spend a lot of time on this, you joined a particular batch. Wow, I'm a part of this particular batch. I did this class for 5 hours. I joined a marathon for 10 hours. Yeah, wow, nice. If this is not there, I'm telling you, try it out. Try the 2 versions. You don't have to take my word for it. Make your own notes. Your own notes. Write it. Use the power of pen. And then this step, even if people hear a teacher like me out and they do the 3 steps, there is a certain tendency to escape questions. Because that's the real deal. You see the mirror. That is application of the first 3 steps. And please remind yourself that nobody is giving you a rank for completion of a chapter, for being a part of a batch, for making beautiful, colorful, amazing notes, and spending 10 hours in a class or anything like that. You are going to be awarded for accuracy, for accurate number of questions. This. If you miss this, leave it. There's no use. Buy a book. There are so many available by different authors, publications. Buy a book which has latest edition, which has chapter-wise questions. Chapter-wise. Amazing if they have topic-wise questions. Minimum of 50 MCQs every day starting from September to May. I told you, if you follow this, then the answer is yes to the starting question. Now, people, this is not enough. Again, you are going to sit in an exam environment where the game is tough. The number of questions and the time, again, the ratio is tough. So time management is the skill that's the real drill that you have to put yourself through. Okay, so you have to be a part of weekly tests which could run chapter wise till, I would say, January. That's the last line, January. But then your mock tests, wherein you're sitting in the exam scenario, and I personally have really forced many students over the years to go for offline tests. The kind of concerns and anxieties and that you face sitting in the exam center, offline exam center, is different from when you are on the system, in your room, and giving the exam on the computer. Your exam is offline. So face the real environment. Face what you are preparing for. Okay? After January, the mock test should be full syllabus mock test, or at least half syllabus, part syllabus mock test. Otherwise, it's not going to make sense. All right? So let me know in the comment section what all steps you're already doing. If you're not doing any of these steps, let me know about that. Yeah, and subscribe to this channel for more such videos, updates, and guidance. And I'll see you very, very soon.